And first and foremost, Caps, you are, surprise, surprise, the MVP of the final. Congrats.
Thank you.
Well deserved after that performance. Now, this is my first time interviewing, but I've seen in the Caps recap show that you're a bit of an expert. So, do you have any advice for me before we start this?
I always come with the hard questions, of course. You know, you don't want to leave anything unsaid. So if there's anything you need to say, just get it out there, you know.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So, first and foremost, well, one thing confuses me a bit, because back when we played together, you would always want to play a lot of crazy things. But back then, Dylan never allowed you to play off-meta picks on stage, maybe except the Vayne, of course. But now, you're playing it every game. What has changed? Like, new year, same coach, but you're now unleashed.
I mean, for sure, I think like Dylan wants us to have like success with the things we do, right? And I actually tried to play Kled back in 2018, as we talked a bit about, and it didn't really have a lot of success with it. This time around, we were doing much better in scrims, and then I think Dylan feels much more comfortable. And I honestly wish we could play a lot more games, because I have like 10 more troll picks that I want to play, but I've never had as many troll picks in my champ pool as I have right now, but I unfortunately can't get to show them off.
I still remember one time we were bootcamping in Korea before Worlds, and you played Draven mid with like the big head Draven skin. I hope we're going to see that at some point. That would be hype.
But they keep banning it. They keep banning my Draven.
Oh, true, actually. Okay. You've won a lot of LEC splits at this point, obviously. What is different now? Like, does it feel any different compared to when we won our first one together back in 2018, or is it just like another day in the office at this point?
I mean, I think every split feels different, right? I think every split is like a lot of them have been with different teams, so it feels like there's like a different vibes and then different feelings. Some are very like happy teams with a lot of jokes. Other teams are a bit more serious, and it always feels good to win, of course. And especially with like the last few years of like summer we lost. I had a lot of my family there as well, so I was really hoping we could get revenge against Koi. Unfortunately, Matt locked them out, but it feels really good.
Happy to hear. Not too surprising, of course. I have a final question for you. So, the Caps I remember was always happy, energetic. Like you mentioned, there was always a lot of jokes. Broken Blade just confirmed to us that you're still cocky, so I guess that hasn't changed. But if you compare 2018 Caps to the 2023 version, what do you think has changed?
I mean, I think like outside of learning the game, I think I've become much like smarter about the game. I think maybe in the past I relied more on just like outplaying my opponent and just playing like full aggressive. Now I still play really aggressive, but at least I think a little bit more about the game. But I think outside the game, I still feel like my rookie year. I still feel like very trolly, and even with Yai coming in, and you'll be like, oh, maybe Caps has to like be very responsible. I still feel like I'm maybe doing more trolling than he is. So maybe one day, maybe 5 years from now, you know, then I'll finally grow up.
I guess we'll see what happens. Well, that's it here from me and Caps. Good little